welcome. Thanks for coming to my channel. If you're new, nice to meet you. My name is Mira, and today video I want to talk about if you're buying a new home, or if you want to buy your dream home, or if you're a first-time purchaser. Anyway, mostly it is not necessarily focusing on the United States. I'm not going to talk about too many rules here. I'm going to talk about what you had to prepare as a home buyer. So the reason I'm doing this is like I always wanted to do it, think about it, but I wasn't really in hurry of doing this. But one of my friend on YouTube channel, her name is Nikki. Shout out to Nikki. Go and visit her channel. It's called Just Call Me Nikki. And she say, hi, thank you. Yes, subscribing now. I'm looking to purchase my first home next year. Hopefully, do you have videos on how you did it? I'm currently trying to get my credit score up by paying down these credit cards. Yay to Nikki, and I know that you will pay all these credit cards, and I did it too. And it was such a great relief that you will feel, and you will make a great purchase house. Your dream home will come true you. So now today, let's go and dive into it. I have a bunch of lists. Go ahead and get pen and pencil or paper, or if you are a writer, typer, you can just type it on the computer as you're watching it. However, it's easier for you, just go ahead and do that. Check out anything you can qualify for. Talk to the banker, talk to the lender, talk to the friends, talk to the neighbor, talk to the people who is in that location, wherever you want to purchase it from. So make sure that you're aware of it. What can you be qualified for? And it's do not house poor. So don't just buy a house because it's a house, you know. Make sure that you have enough to pay every month. What part of that world you want to live in and why. So it can be you want to live in US, you want to live in Thailand, you want to live in United Kingdom, wherever you want to live in, and why do you want to live in. And ask a question, be honest to yourself, be honest to your family, and because they're the one who's gonna be living with you. So it's just a compromise between you and your family and making sure everybody like it, because you are making that big decisions, you know. My puppy is snoring and my neighbor is doing lawnmower. They have a bigger yard than us, and I love their yard. They're so beautiful. But you might hear the lawnmower and puppies doing this as he's sleeping. Who you're buying with it. So make sure, are you buying the house yourself? Are you buying with your spouse, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, or you know, friends, or aunts, uncles, whoever you're buying it? Make sure that you actually know for sure you want to do that. Very big question. Next one is do not ask for cosign. Co-signing is great, either you're helping or you got help. But at the end of the day, 1 year later, things can change. So be very mindful about it. I got in trouble with co-signing. You know, over decades ago, we bought a house in St. Louis, Florida. St. Louis, Missouri. And we got co-signed by the in-law. And I wasn't fully super aware of it, but you know, it happened like very quickly. You know, I was so young, I was so naive, I didn't know too much about it. I didn't research about it. And years later, when we were selling the house, they refused to sign the deed. And I was so much struggles. I thought about to die because my son wanted to live in Florida. Most parents, they do not, maybe, you know what, let me take it back. Some people may not agree with me that you don't have to worry about where your kids want to live. But for me, for those who agree with me, that I think kids are important. It doesn't mean I will buy a Mercedes or Ferrari or Tesla car for my son tomorrow because I have cash. I will not do that, never will ever do that, but I will do it for his living. He wants beach and my husband like beach, and I personally feel like living by the beach area is a dream come true. And I cannot take the pressure over there in St. Louis anymore. It was driving me not to the roof. Leave things that I love, and I just leave things that I dislike. Here I am. So make sure that you be careful about that number. It's very important. And wait until you can afford it. If you can wait until you can afford it, please do so. What I mean is, it could be monthly payment, which is definitely yes. You must wait until you can pay monthly payment without fail. And calculate your budget for the whole year as if you are living it already. So before I moved to Florida, I calculated the numbers for almost a year. I have a dream budget and I have a regular budget. So a dream budget is, I have actually 3 types of budget. One is the everyday budget. next one is the dream budget, next one is the next coming up year or whatever budget. So this one is where I stand for. This is, so I calculated numbers, and when I live in Florida, how much am I paying? Why am I paying less and more? Where am I gonna cut it down? Where am I making more money? You know, those stuff. And check it out, school and grocery and pharmacies and neighbors. Make sure that who you're gonna be mingling, who are you gonna be seeing it. Make sure that school, where you're sending your kids to, or are you still a student? Where you gonna go to school? You know, the crime rate, right? Is it safe? I think there's a link for it. I will send it to you. You can click it and search it before you purchase a house. You need to know where you're gonna live. And the pharmacy, groceries are very important for us because grocery, I like to go shopping mostly because it cut down all the temptations. You know, pharmacies are easy to pick it up. You know, either you're taking the vitamins or anything. For my puppy, we need prescriptions, and I used to take a depression medication not to get depressed because it was so stressful that I have to take medications. And at some point I say, you know what, I don't deserve to take a medication. I'm not sick, you know, I'm not sick. I declare that I'm not sick. So then I was able to finally get rid of the medication. Right now, that after almost a year in Florida, I feel much better, much healthier, much happier, thank God. Also pay attention to the house come with the maintenance. It's not free. No landlord will come and take care of for you. It will be you. Whatever happened, it will be you. The roof, the ceiling, the window, the door, the air, the ends, the pests, the air conditioning, everything you can think of. So it will be you. So you have to own it, and you have to fix it, you have to repair everything you need to. So that come with next thing, water, pest, utility bills. So in Florida, we need to have pest control. I didn't hire pest control. I think first I was scared, freak out. But then I talked to this nice neighbor, Hector and Lily. They give us ideas of what to do. So we do everything by ourselves. We have a pool. We have to take care of ourselves. We take care of ourselves. I'll send you a link of the pool robot that we bought. Open box pool robot that we bought from eBay. So it was like way cheaper than usual prices. And brand new, but open box, so better price. So, and make sure that utility bill, you know, depends on different state, depends on what city or what country you live. Utility bills are totally different. So you need to know how much can you pay, how much can you do. So you need to calculate all these numbers and visit the place if you can. Well, we were in St. Louis, Florida, Missouri. We want to come to Florida. We don't know what part of Florida. We didn't even know Florida first. We thought somewhere else. My goal was trying to get away from St. Louis. But my husband thought first Texas, and I say okay. Okay, maybe, I don't know. Arizona, maybe. You know, California, definitely not. I love the sounds of it, but so expensive, and water is cold. I don't want to sit in the cold water. So anyway, so you need to know that you can visit the place. Like do you like it? We actually came to Florida for the vacation, and then I fell in love with it. My son loved it, my husband loved it, and here we go, Siesta Key, here we come. That's where we live in, close to it. So and make friends before you are at the new location, and you need to make friends with people before you even move here. So we kind of I literally go to the Publix and say hello to just random strangers, and I start asking their phone numbers, asking their names, and I say, you know, why we're saying, as long as you're honest and being kind, I think you can do pretty much anything in this world. They give us the real estate people, and we end up with different people. But you know, it's just you kind of have to start with some way to another place, and then work with the bank, work with the lender, know, you know, be honest and ask for help wherever you can. And next one is get a pre-approved letter. You need to get a pre-approved letter to able to look into some houses. You know, either brand new house or somebody's house. You need to get a letter that gives you one step ahead of it. And that goes to the point that what Nikki's saying. That she's trying to pay off her credit card debt, which is definitely important, so that way she can get higher credit score in United States. Not necessarily, I do not know every countries, but if you have a different way that you can do it in different countries, please let me know. I would like to learn that from you. So in United States, if you have over 700 and above, I think it's better chance for you to get approved from the bank to buy a house, to go and look at the houses. Above 750 is the way better. Two things good. One is you get pre-approved letter. Second thing is you get lower interest rates. When you get lower interest rate, so you get less payment every month, right? So you want to do that before you start buying a house. So you want to prepare, you want to have a less credit card debt, so that way when you buy a house, then you don't have to dedicate to credit card payment or car payment, you know what I'm saying? So try to get rid of as much debt as you can before you purchase a house. We don't have a car payment, I personally don't have any credit card payment. I have a student loans, and I'm trying to pay mortgage principal, additional principal payment. We're currently doing $500 additional to the mortgage. And student loan is I'm crushing as much as I can. I'll give you guys a video about it. And speaking of crushing, I want to talk to you about Jeff Computers. Jeff Computer is a cybersecurity. They do help customers, anybody, individual like you and me, protecting our computers and our networking, and also business owners, small business owner like me. I have a business. I want to make sure I'm being protected, don't get steal from the theft, and various protections. So they do that all. They have a monthly maintenance services. If you're interested in, give him a call. His name is Jeff. Apparently he's my husband. So go and give him a call. He is an IT person. He has a background or teams in St. Louis, also in different locations. They have a great server. They help people throughout the United States. And so go ahead and give it a call. Whenever you need help in that area, in computer and IT, they definitely will give you a good hands on it. So after that, now check it out. And if you haven't subscribed me yet, go ahead and subscribe. I do video like this, trying to help others that what I know of. I am not expert in anything, but I know one thing, that I'm expert in creativity, in saving money, and how to solve the problems. So hang out with me as much as you can, and I make videos twice a week. So come and visit me, subscribe. Make sure that you have an income, your income is stable. Make sure your income is very stable, and that is very important, because I did at the time, before I moved to Florida, I was working for one of the corporate, and when I moved, I already got the pre-approved letter and everything, but when I moved, because of the distance, I have to resign, I have to quit, to come here. So I chose my mental health over the income. So money you can make anywhere. That's what I think. Do not rely on one income. Thank God that I did not only have one income. So that is really good things that, that's why I save money, I save cash. I also recently made about Mark Cuban and inspired by Mark Cuban video. I wish I can make video with Mark Cuban. That would be really cool. Hey Mark Cuban, come and check me out. Let me know. Maybe we can make videos together. Yeah, so go and check out this video, and how about why cash is king. Make sure you're happy. That is really, really important. Don't just move because you have to always have a choice. Just make sure you're always happy about that. Am I happy? Absolutely I am. Plan for the move means you have to plan for the move. It's a lot of things, like you have to plan shutting off the utility. That's the least thing you have to worry about. Plan for everything, declutter everything. You cannot just organize anymore. That's why it's important to declutter the house weekly or monthly. I keep a schedule for that. I'll make another video for that, how to declutter your house without stressing you out. Do not take everything. Because everything costs money, unless you have a big giant truck, you own it, and then okay, go ahead, do that. So do not take everything. It will cost you a lot of money. It doesn't mean you cannot take everything either. If you don't take whatever you don't take, you have to purchase it. So make sure the balance between taking and not taking, So at the end of the day, how I make a decision is taking and not taking is, I say, well, I definitely know I'm going, my husband is going, my son is going, my puppy is going. The rest is up to it. So whatever I can, I take it. Whatever I cannot, I don't take it. So take my laptops, take my water cups, and take my cell phone, stuff like that. That's kind of matter to keep going your life. The rest is like, you cannot take everything. So just make the right choices. When you get to the new place, do not buy everything at once because it will be crazy. It will be crazy. We didn't buy everything at once. We got here, you know, we have to wait for the truck coming. After 4 days later, Hurricane Ian hit our neighborhood in our area. We have to flew away to Tampa, and it was a mess. But in my mind, I keep the inner peace, and I know God will take care of it, and which is true. So anyway, I don't want to get into my story. We buy a little bit at a time. We don't buy everything. We use everything we can have it. I make the video about the how to save things we can around the house. So go and check it out, that video, too. That will be coming later. Take things you will need for sure, and do not do everything at once, which is true. And prioritize. Plan and write down everything you can. I'm a writer. I write down, write. I scrap. I just put everything Excel sheet however I can. I have a different multiple tabs, everything you can think of. And then map out. Map out means you gotta think about, are you driving? Are you flying? What are you doing? Is the distance is going to there is how many miles? How much you be spending gas every day? You know, everything, little detail, like waking up, brushing my teeth to going to sleep, brushing my teeth again, you know, opening eye to closing eye. Everything between, you gotta think months and days and years, right? And then research, like, okay, we were thinking like buying little house. Me and my husband thinking like, not getting into another mortgage. We was able to buy a small teeny tiny house, but then we worried that maybe we live in this close to beach area, we don't want to die. So, and my son, when we came to this house, my son like, my dog jumped into this pool and started swimming, Romeo, and my son love it, now or never, right? So we choose that, and we embrace it, and we're trying to pay off this house. Compare the prices, always compare the prices, like why can you negotiate? Talk about it. Always negotiations is key. So make sure that you negotiate and compare the prices. And safety is important. Make sure you don't just buy a house in random places. Check on the crime rate thing that I talk about. Make sure the safety is important. You know that you and your family, because I always work from home. I thought my husband work in different location, have a buy a different store or something in Florida, but then we ended up working both of us from home office. So I feel much safer. It save money for him too, so it's work out for us. Also, make a list of your dream house. For example, do you like a pool? Do you need a fireplace? Do you want the big yard? Do you want small yard? Everything has a pros and cons, so you need to know why. You know, in Florida they have a metal roof. There's a regular roof. I don't know, everything. You gotta consider every single thing. So make a list everything. We have a bigger yard. My husband didn't like to cut the grass. I'm not immune with the bugs. So I just got a lot of bug bites, so I just stay in the house. So we want a small yard, so we bought a small yard. Now we want a big yard to plant gardens. So again, that's a different video. Ask why you want to move there. You know, again, this is going back to the couple of options that I already talked about. Ask again, like, why do you want to move there? Do you need to move, and why? For us, it was like a stress levels that I cannot take it anymore. It was now or never thing. So I have to make a move, and you know, thank God that my husband wanted to move too, and my son loved to move. So there we are. Romeo loved to move too because he loved water. You make sure your income is way higher than your bills. Yes, everybody make money, but the thing is, we got lifestyle increase. So make sure your income is like, I'll say 5 times. You know, that's again my opinions. Then your mortgage. If your mortgage is $2,000, make sure you make over $10,000. You know, a month. So that's my calculation. And do not touch any emergency fund. We didn't touch it. Emergency money means not moving the house, you know. Thank God that we did not have to. So try your best. Make sure that, you know, you have enough money even though you buy a house, you need to make sure that you pay the bills, invest, save cash, or, you know, high yield saving account. That's what I mean. Or have a buffer so you don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. Also, like, make sure that you have emergency fund, trying to pay all your debt or pay your mortgage. Like for me, student loans and mortgage right now. When you're buying the house, make sure that can you pay the major debt on the down payment instead of paying. You can do 0 down payment. You can do 20% down payment. A lot of things. You know, depends on you and the lender agreement. Yeah, work on that. And do not get broke. Getting broke is not good. It doesn't sound fun. It's nothing fun about it. So do not get broke because of you buying a new house. Moving is underestimated. Moving is not easy. Moving is just a big hustle. But that hustle is smaller than the stress that I was facing. So we have to go. That's why we're here. Moving is a lot involved. You gotta negotiate. I was selling the house while I was asking to sign the deed. So there are a lot of things you have to work on behind the scenes. A lot of smiley faces behind it, a lot of pains and a lot of struggles. But you just have to learn how to embrace it and get it done. And embrace the process, just enjoy the ride, pretty much. And selling is not the easiest thing. Because of the just selling the house is not, hey, bye-bye, see you later. It's not like that. Selling is like you have to get out of the house. I was working with my laptops, and I have to get out of the house how many times a day with my dog, with my child, keep the house into it. My house is pretty decent, nothing major there. But you need to tuck it in this little bit, make it look a little bit before you leave the house. And then there's a buyer, potential buyers, they'll come and look at it. They give you a lot of comments, If you're listening on the ring bell, you'd hear everything. But anyways, it's a side joke for you. We have a ring bell and I hear everything everybody say. Because I'm a stalker and nosy person. Get support from whoever you can get. Some people may support you through the process. Some people are trying to put you down as much as they can. Whatever it is, and just do whatever you can, get the cheerleader group, wherever you can, get the support group from YouTube channel like me, Healthy Wealthy Mogul, come and check it out, visit with me, hang out with me. At the time, I was watching Hope and Larry from End of the Media and Kate Kaden and Rose Han and Dave Ramsey, Rachel Cruz, this stuff, okay? But the thing is that I was saving marathon for years. I was doing it for 7 years, over 7 years, almost 8 years. Now it's almost 8 years. I was doing this for scrappy, save every penny, everything. But when I was moving, I had to buy this to make it look better here, because I buy one of the things I bought here, what's it called? Up there, Happy Home or something. I bought it, and then from Home Goods to make it look, because on the wall we don't have anything. So I bought it and I saved the receipt and I returned them. And my real estate said, I never see that people do that. They bought it and they never return it. I said, yes, I do. I spent $700 at the time to decorate the house with pillows and all the stuff. And I save everything. I don't touch the pillow. I keep the pillow nicely. I don't touch it. Keep them clean. And then after I show the house for months and I return all of them, but I keep one or two. But anyway, the point is that you have to go through the process. Selling the house is not easy, buddy, unless you're renting it. And enjoy the ride and do one thing at a time. You cannot do everything at once. Do one thing at a time, one step at a time. That's how you win everything. So again, I think I talked too much here. It's 27 minutes. Thanks again. And subscribe my channel, and I hope to see you on my comments area, and let me know, are you the first time buyer, home buyer, or are you already recently purchased a house? What is your pros and cons that you learned throughout the process? And are you happy where you're living? I'm happy. I hope you do too. And I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks. Talk to you later.